like to believe that every individual has that one pain they're willing to endure just for the glory that lies ahead. Mark Manson points out in his book that it's not about what you want to enjoy, but what pain you're willing to sustain. Viola Davis points out in her book that acting is that pain that she's willing to endure. Well, me, I have chosen content creation, and in Viola's words, there is no creating without using you.
You're telling me to give up, it makes me go stronger.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm nonoezeibe, and you already know what's popping. I'm a Nigerian content creator. I make videos based on faith, beauty, lifestyle, and all of that. And today we are reviewing Viola Davis' Finding Me and Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to have you here on my channel. Don't make it your last. Hit the subscribe button and join the family. Okay, my love? With that being said, let's get right into the video. The first book we're going to be discussing is Viola Davis' Finding Me. Now, this book is an autobiography of Viola Davis. It's a typical grass to grace story where she shared some of her childhood traumas with us, shared some of the things that she had to go through to get to the point where she is in the industry now. And she also shared basically stories that will encourage if you're like an aspiring actress and stuff like that. So she just literally touched different aspects of her life, which as a normal person you can relate with. Okay, one thing I saw for me in this book is how true she is to herself, how she was able to own her story. I found it very amazing that somebody could come and share such stories with the world. That means she has gotten a certain level of healing that she actually deserves, and that was amazing. A part of the book that really stood out for me is the part where she was talking about colorism, but she talked about how dark skinned women are not so attractive or appealing to black men. And she said it's a widely held belief that dark skinned women just don't do it for a lot of black men. It's a mentality rooted in both racism and misogyny, that you have no value as a woman if you don't turn them on, if you are not desirable to them. It's ingrained thinking dictated by oppression. If there's anything I've learned from books like that, it's only for you to change your skin tone or change your skin color just to appeal to a man. I mean, you can't blame yourself for being dark skinned or for being light skinned. So you embrace yourself, embrace your body type, and just become you. Look at Viola Davis killing it, and she's a dark skinned woman, and she's married to a lovely man who she talked about in the book too. She mentioned how she met her husband and the whole story behind it, how she prayed and God gave her exactly what she wanted. Almost when I read that part, I'm like, maybe I will start being very descriptive in my prayer now. So I highly recommend this book if you're into the whole African story and stuff like that. If you're really intrigued about how Africans in the diaspora are doing, then you like this book. And if you're a woman that is looking to be empowered, you will love this book. And if you're just a young person that is under the pressure of trying to make it at a young age, this is for you too. And also, if you are somebody that is trying to find yourself, then this book is highly for you because you get to learn from her story, and that's amazing. Okay, over to the next book. We're going to be looking at Mark Manson's The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. Now, I absolutely love this book. This is a self-help book. Basically, this book changes your perspective about suffering, about failure, about uncertainty, about problems. Basically, it helps you see the beauty in the negative things of life. It helps you see the positive side of the negative things we have to experience in life and as individuals. You know how we are always bent on trying to be the best that we can ever be, trying to know what the future holds, trying to have a direction, trying to figure out life. Basically, in this book you get to learn to not even try, like let it go, okay? And you learn how to embrace the uncertainty that we have to face every day. And that makes a lot of sense because as a Christian, we know that it is God that holds the future, and sometimes in our human nature we are torn between trying to know what the future holds and trying to figure out life, because ideally that is what everybody's supposed to do. Figure out your life, know what you're supposed to do, what your next step is going to be. But he mentioned that there's a beauty in uncertainty, not knowing what the future holds. That means you can become anything. That means you are open, you have more options. When you don't have a direct path, like you low-key have more options to choose from. Also, this book made it clear that you cannot not care about something. There's something you have to care about. You have to just give about something. So it was just so beautiful because we live in a society where people, they're living carefree lives. They're living as if that nobody has any feelings, nobody has this one, that I don't care about anything. And reading this book shows that you not even caring is a sign that you care about something. Like you trying to put up a front that you don't care, shows that there's something that you care about. Like maybe you probably care about how people perceive you. You want to be this whole chill guy, cool guy, and you feel like caring about something will tarnish that image. Something that stood out for me in this book is where he said, what determines your success isn't what you want to enjoy. The relevant question is, what pain do you want to sustain? What I basically got from that quote is that it's not about what you want in life. It's not about how big you want to be. Are you willing to go through the processes that will get to that place in life? Are you willing to endure those pains? What are you willing to endure? What are you willing to go through just to get to where you want to? So if you are in a journey of trying to find yourself too, again, this is for you. If you're in a journey of trying to figure out life, or you're just weighed down by the whole struggles of life and just the whole pressure of trying to make it, or the whole pressure of finding yourself, or the whole pressure of trying to figure out what the future holds, then this book is for you. I also like the language of this book. It's very simple and it's like our everyday language, even though I personally don't find it very appropriate because, I'm a Christian and we can't be using certain languages. So that's the only problem I have with this book. Also, there's another part that he talked about affirmations, where he said that you stand in the mirror, people stand in the mirror saying things like they're happy. That shows that you're not happy. But I feel like that's a bit shaky. It can go either way, because I believe in affirmations, or like say declarations, because as Christians we tend to do it sometimes too. When you're going through stuff and you just need to encourage yourself, or just speak the truth of God towards yourself. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. I don't feel like you're being fake. It doesn't mean that you're just proclaiming God's truth over your life and in a way for you to draw strength to. So just know what you're doing, basically. So I recommend this book. But if you are a Christian that you've had problems with using language, some certain language that is not very appropriate, then this might not be good for you because it might trigger that. But if you don't have that problem, then I think that this is an amazing read. You should try reading it too. Okay, how I see it is that the subtle art is like the theoretical aspect of self-improvement, and finding me is the practical aspect. Now we see Viola change her life in finding me. She changed her life. She started getting the healing she wanted, even taking therapy and stuff like that, just becoming more intentional about solving her problems, becoming more intentional about leaving her traumas behind. And then she met Julius, who is her husband, and by meeting Julius, it's as if her life changed. She made a reference to her friend who said that Julius changed her, and she was like, no, that she changed her life and Julius was her reward. Which shows that when you begin to improve yourself, when you begin to transform yourself, you can begin to see that credit does not go to the people you meet in your life, but to you and for the work that you have put in. So you don't give random people credit for the things that happen in your life. You begin to see that I have a new perspective in life because of the kind of choice and decision I made. So that's something that I saw and I loved about that book. So basically, self-improvement go in hand with success. You cannot succeed if you don't work on yourself, if you don't get rid of your traumas, if you don't get rid of the things that are holding you back, if you don't embrace your problems, if you don't tell yourself the honest truth, if you don't begin to take an intentional journey to improving your daily life, then success might still be a far journey for you. So the first step to making it in this world or succeeding is finding yourself, is improving on yourself and working on yourself. Okay, that's it, guys. There you have it. That's my book review on these two books. I highly recommend Viola Davis Finding, because it's an amazing read. It takes you through her whole life story, and through her story you can get empowered and encouraged as a Black woman, as a creative, as an aspiring actor, and basically that's good for you. And I also recommend this Subtle Art of Not Giving Up, because it is realistic. It tells you the honest truth. Some things there you might be like but then again, if you are open-minded and you're willing to actually learn, that you actually like this book. Okay, and finally I would like to say that I highly recommend reading in general, because I feel like reading opens our mind up to new perspective in life. We get to learn, we get to see things in different light when we read. And I know that I'm not big on reading because I just recently started, but I feel like reading is so good for us. So as a young person, as an individual, you should look into reading more. books. Okay, if you enjoy this book review, then give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down in the comment section. Let me know, what book are you reading right now? Are you big on reading? Have you read these books? Let's have a whole conversation about it. Okay, and yeah, if you will love this kind of videos, then most definitely hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out whenever I post a new video. Okay, my loves, with all of that being said, I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye guys, peace.